Well, I would like to start by apologizing. Last week we said we were going to talk about the Gamera movie for this week's feature topic, but psych, we changed it because Gar's not feeling well again. So
also, he said he wanted to be there in person to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know why, but anyway, it's fine.
Because he loves Gamera. He likes talking about these movies in person.
I don't know why that requires being here in person. Also, I'm on my lav mic now because I finally silenced the voice from in the back of my head, and I mean that literally because there was buzzing coming off my computer for the longest time, and I finally got off my ass and fixed it.
You did it.
Yeah, you just yelled at your computer and then it stopped.
Listen, no one's more happy about that than me for you, and no one's more upset about it for me about Gamera than me.
Oh, that's true.
I wanted to talk about turtles.
I mean, Gamera's not around anymore. He got launched into space, and that's the end of him.
There was that drawing of the Kamezuka, wherever the fuck Kemi from in the movie.
I guess that'll have to do for now.
Cue the roll call.
Connect. Loading.
Broadcast.
Perfect!
Showrunning super savant.
Level up!
Bluecaster super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster, Robolane.
Trauma Inducer, Northcaster, Saga.
Combining comedy and critique. On air since 2014.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 541.
Wow, he does not look happy.
He's me when I found out we're not doing Gamera today.
Yeah, it's so true.
Guys, I can't wait to talk about that movie. I really can't.
I can.
Okay.
I've been hearing.
Well, then we don't have to talk about it.
I've been hearing good things about the '90s Gamera movies, so I'm also looking forward to it.
Yeah, they're good, man. We'll talk about them another time, though.
It sure is a big turtle.
He's a large...
Show me turtle!
Yeah. It's also a mountain, FF14. They made a spinning turtle that spins when he flies.
Rockets, man.
Yeah.
How do they even work?
Yeah, Ichi fought one of those in FF15 for like 3 hours.
Oh, the Adamantis?
Yeah.
It was 4 hours.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Like,
and then after you beat the game, you get the Ring of the Lucii, which has a low chance for you to just insta-kill it.
Oh, that's probably
it's
why.
It's like a whole separate cutscene.
Yeah, they probably don't expect you to actually fight it for 4 hours, so it's like, oh,
no,
you get the ring.
They fully do. You have to. I think that you have to beat it the first time that way.
Wow.
I don't remember exactly where you get the ring from. It's a thing. Anyway,
I just remember constantly coming back into the room, being like, "Hey, yo, how you doing?" You're like halfway there. I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Oh yeah.
Are you winning, son?
And then they took that monster and made it a card in the Magic the Gathering set.
Also, we're getting Sonic Magic cards.
Yeah, they just announced today the Sonic MTG Secret Layers.
The same day they announced the Sonic DC crossover.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking like
Sonic's
Flash
popping off. I'm so excited for Crossworlds.
Yeah.
Flash Sonic, fucking Batman Shadow, and Silver Green Lantern's weird. They could have just done Jet.
My favorite thing about Crossworlds is how they're flexing on Nintendo by going, our game has crossplay.
Wow.
No, Decker. Magic the Gathering's trying to be the Fortnite of trading card games.
That it is.
Hey, I won't lie. The reason I bother to get into the game at all is because of the Final Fantasy set.
Because they want to branch off to more than just the dedicated Magic the Gathering nerds. They want other people to play their fucking card game.
Yeah, this is not unique to Magic.
Hell,
they're just the biggest one to do it.
Have Fortnite Magic cards, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
And I struggle every day to forget that exists.
I want the Battle Bus card at least, because that's cool. Anyways, those who are listening to us for the first time, we're a deck of cards that get together every week.
Absolutely going to say that.
And the third thing.
What are we doing this week? Instead of Gamera Guardian of the Universe.
This week we're talking about Gavv episode 40, Gozyuger episode 18, and our feature topic is not the Gamera movie, but Gotchard graduations.
Ooh.
Although I will say this is actually pretty appropriately timed because it's the end of June.
That is true. That is
AKA
true.
when most people would graduate.
If we, by the way, if we didn't have a thumbnail, and trust me, people, we have a thumbnail. I was gonna say the thumbnail should be me, like, or the North Caster doing like the Wolverine meme, with like the movie poster for Gamera.
Someone get on that.
Just for me, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the last Gotchard thing we hopefully ever have to talk about.
Oh.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Unless they do another crossover.
Decker's like, oh, Lane, Gotchard's never gonna
You
die.
upset Decker.
Well, of
It
course I
lasts
did.
eternity.
They'll never stop the Gotchard. Have no fears, we've got Kemi for years.
He just came up with that.
Spanner becomes a robot.
The Space Runner becomes a robot. Have no fears, they got Kemis for years.
Otaro gets a cell phone.
You guys keep me young.
If only it worked on me.
Mm.
Because I just aged last week.
Happy birthday to Ichi, everyone.
Thanks.
Yeah, happy bappy.
It's like Boom Boonja, you don't stop it.
Never.
That's true.
I miss Boom Boonger, man.
All right. Well, before we get into those, we have some news to talk about.
News
As I
mode.
scroll back up because I'm stupid.
News mode.
More info about the upcoming Gavv and Gozyuger summer movies.
Oh,
So first off, we have these bitchin' posters.
those are good.
Ooh.
Yes, very cool.
I like the contrast of color.
Yeah.
Is it the movie villain in the very back there?
Yeah, that Carius. I don't know how the name is pronounced.
And
Oh, I
same
was saying on the
to me.
Gozyuger poster.
Oh.
Both of them. They're basically doing the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah. I didn't even notice that dude there in the back of the Gozyuger
Oh, really?
one.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
What are you doing down there?
You guys doing a movie?
Can I be in it?
Tekasword looks really badass there too.
Well, yeah, he's the king of fucking Mount Olympus over here.
Wait, does that mean Tekasword's gonna be dubbed by Rip Torn? Cool.
We can only hope.
Especially since he's dead.
Hey, we were just talking about AI voices can do anything these days.
Gozyugers, how are you doing down there?
Just my boy, my little Gozyuger. Any way to greet your father? Father? I love Hercules, dude.
That's
All
a fun
right.
one.
So, as previously reported, both are coming out July 25th, and we have some more details about the plot of these movies. In number one Sentai Gozyuger, Resurrection of Tegasword, spoilers, Tegasword dies.
Huh.
And I love just Tegasword dies, but the movie's called Resurrection of Tegasword, so spoilers, he lives. The disaster that triggered the outbreak of the universe war in the past. Tegasword was defeated by the onslaught of its remnants led by Pestis. I guess that's the villain in the top there. All it needs to revive is the ring that is the core of the stolen Tegasword. To retrieve the ring, the Gozyugers jump into the body of Tegasword, where Pestis is hiding and face many challenges. So what you're telling me is this is a movie where the Gozyugers travel through the body of the Tegasword like he's fucking Alexander from FF14?
Yep.
God
Yeah.
damn it!
They're gonna say like Ralphie from the Magic School Bus.
Also that.
Gozyuger's so cool, man. I love loving this show so much.
Ichi, stop interrupting yourself.
Yeah. Will the 5 outcasts be able to unite and overcome the challenges? The shocking truth behind the birth of Tegasword is revealed. Interesting. We get that Tega lore. Featuring the tagline, all of humanity becomes Sentai?
That's the goal.
You idiot!
So-
We're all Rangers!
No, so this is the wizard movie all over again.
Kinda.
Where everyone has a fucking white wizard driver.
And, well, they were mages.
Yep.
Upcoming feature the upcoming film will feature the main staff of the series working on the film: music composer Kan Sawada, head writer Akiko Inoue, and director Ryuta Tasaki.
Okay, well, let's see. I'd be Pat Ranger, of course. Ichi would be a King Oger, and Cell, I'd like to think, would be Cocker Ranger.
What do you mean? What do you mean, a King Oger? You know damn well I would be Tombo Oger.
They made it. Thank you.
There you go.
Nice.
Decker, God bless you.
Next time.
Next
I'm gonna
time,
say
Gadget.
that.
I love how that looks. You've got like a fucking like vampire cowl around your helmet.
Well, maybe I am.
Well, you do know if you look at Wolverine's mask from the front, it looks like two Batmans kissing.
Correct.
Maybe I should start doing a Dracula flow thing. I think I could work that.
New Northcaster super form.
Vampire.
I could probably rig that up if that exists in Champions.
Let's try
You
it.
should see Cell's Zahir cosplay. It's pretty fire.
No, thank you.
All right. Over to the Gavv movie. Kamen Rider Gavv Invaders of the Candy House.
Oh.
Yo, look at this little Gochizo on the bottom left there. It's
Yeah, the
adorable.
little castle-looking dude. I kind of want it.
Aw, that's adorable.
So wait, the candy house is literal. Look,
I
Ryan.
guess.
Look.
Oh yeah,
It is. It's literally a candy house.
it
What
looks
the
like a
fuck?
giant cake. Wow.
This looks like a One Piece like location.
No, it's Whole Cake Island.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
So after being pulled through a door, remember in episode 1 with all the doors leading all the different worlds?
No.
I guess
Yeah.
the series finally remembered. After being pulled through a door, Shoma finds himself in a peaceful world where dark treats do not exist. In this world, Happy Pare still exists, but a young man named Talrin, who has a Gavv, works there. Talrin has no memory of his past, and Shoma decides to help him recover his memories. Meanwhile, a man named Caries begins to indiscriminately attack the town, and the peaceful world is transformed. The two struggle to restore peace and arrive at a huge candy house. The two are on the verge of grasping something, but Caries transforms with an unknown Gochizo and corners Shoma and the others. What is the source of the overwhelming power that this most terrifying enemy has obtained? What are Talrin's lost memories? Featuring the tagline, "A bond that transcends time and space. A great summer adventure begins."
It's a little less focused.
Yeah. Upcoming film feature main staff of the series, music composer Go Sakabe, head writer Junko Komura, director Teruaki Sugihara. The film will also feature a short film titled Gochizo Summer Vacation.
Oh my.
Oh, so it's the same shit that they pulled with the chemis for this movie.
Yup.
It's the Gotcha
Yeah, but
one.
there's something even deeper to that. We'll get there when we get there.
Which, as its name suggests, will feature Gochizo shenanigans.
Oh, the gimmicks are gonna get up to the
Oh yeah, I did see this in like a trailer shot. So apparently, like the whole Stomach family comes back, and they're here to like fight with Shoma.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
because this is a fucking isekai.
Yeah. AU, gotta love it.
Oh, stomach.
oh, they're alternate universe. Well, like I love they still look the same.
Well, yeah. You know what would be hilarious if this is like an alternate world? If Jita and Jeep and Sheeta's costumes were switched.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, they should have done that honestly.
Yeah.
Go back up to the Sentai poster.
Also, why is Glana holding a fucking tree trunk? What the hell?
She's strunk. I was gonna say, first of all, again, I like from what we're seeing, the villain Pestis. I'm assuming back there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, Pestis sounds like a Power Rangers general.
Yeah.
You know that reeks of that.
Pestis.
Like he infects people with pesticides or
Yeah.
some shit.
And he'd have Saban voice villain number 7.
Yeah.
Ah, Rangers.
Yep.
Also,
Yes.
I don't think Sachika's going to be in this movie. Let's hear on the poster.
They did
so.
say Happy Pare's here, but instead of Sachika, it's this Talrin guy.
That's gonna be Sachika.
It's Sachika. That was awful. I'm sorry.
It kind of was.
Yeah, so those are coming out July 25th.
Nice.
Oh, people are saying Sachika was in the trailer, so she is in the movie in some capacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next. So remember the Gavv phone? They're putting it out again, but with lines from Rakia and Dente. And I love that the Discord's been upset about this because it features the last words of the character who just died.
Yeah, it has Dente's full last recording.
His dying message.
So it's gonna
My
just.
God.
All right, sorry for cutting it off, but so it's just gonna be the scene from Breaking Bad with Jesse listening to his dead girlfriend's last voice recording.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what this
and it
is.
even comes with a version of Zaku Zaku Chips that's crying.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Like, because like I remember,
Awesome.
I remember I watched it. I saw this before I watched the episode, and I was like, "Why is it coming with Zaku Zaku Chips?" And then I saw the episode. I was like, "Oh, okay."
I'm imagining a kid pitching this to their parents. Like, no, I want the one where the dying man's last words and it has the crying toy.
I want the one with the crying bag of chips.
Yeah.
Oh, capitalism at its finest, people.
What happens when you eat a potato chip? You make it cry.
So, as its name suggests, this is an updated DX Gavv phone with newly recorded lines from Rakia and Dente, a total of more than 20 voice lines, allowing you to call either character. The Gochizo commentary feature, where you set a Gochizo into the Gavv phone, gets an upgrade. In addition to Shoma, Sachika, and Hanto, Rakia's commentary is now included. Other voice changes include when a Legend Rider Gochizo is set and the special move sound is activated.
I would love if you just like you call Rakia, he picks up, he just goes dollar, and then just hangs up.
And hangs up on you immediately.
That should be one.
Absolutely.
That'd be hilarious.
Absolutely.
Dollar.
Yeah, special Zaku Zaku Chips crying face version. By setting it, you can play the memorable message from Dente to Rakia, as well as Dente's messages to Shoma, Sachika, and Hanto.
Because we never got to hear it, and we will, but it's in Japanese, so we won't know what the fuck they're saying.
That's hilarious, actually. So the episode mentioned, he had messages for all of us, but we didn't see them, which means anyone who wants to see what Dente's last messages to Shoma, Sachika, and Hanto were has to buy this.
That is genius.
Fuckers.
That's hilarious.
We're in the money.
Oh my god! They paywalled a character's dying words.
Hey, paywall.
That is amazing.
What the actual fuck?
I wish I could be that evil.
Gavv. Bravo, Gavv.
Oh my god!
The wheels were turning in my head for that, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is what they're doing."
If you guys really love Dente as much as you say you do,
you'll buy this
the phone.
How much is it, Ichi?
This like premium Bandai web exclusive item costs 4,400 yen, releasing in December.
So pay that much for Dente's final words.
Just in time for Christmas.
$60-$70 for this thing. Yeah, literally, it's $70 for Dente's last will and testament.
We've officially. This is the start of television becoming freemium. Oh god.
That is so fucking funny.
Oh man.
Oh man, you know what? I respect it.
There's a level where you just have to go, you know what? Can't hate a hustler.
Right?
It's like the equivalent, it's almost the equivalent of like when you watch the opening of episode 9 and it's like, oh, the dead speaks, Palpatine like broadcasts the message and you're like, well, you didn't hear it. You did if you played the Fortnite event.
Yeah, but you don't have to pay to play Fortnite.
That's not the way Lane does it.
True.
That's true, you don't.
All right. Next news story. This was touched on last week as it showed up, but the formal announcement that the Go On Wings are joining the other 6th Rangers in the Boom Boonger Formation Lap special.
Sorry, I want to ask something. Do you guys want to go in on this phone? I don't want to, because like if we all pay a bit of it off, it would be super cheap, and then we just keep it at Ichi's place. It'd be like a memorial to Dente.
I don't really want it, but if you guys want to get it, I won't stop you.
I'm good.
I'm sure someone will buy it and will hear the message.
Oh yeah, like YouTube will have it.
Yeah, I might.
Dente Shrine.
Hey, I love Dente, dude. I all believed he was still alive when you all thought he was dead.
I believed in Uncle Dente.
I held on to hope, and then when I saw him actually die, I was like, okay, he's actually dead.
All right.
Anyways, why are the Go On Wings here?
I don't. Well, because they're racing themed. If anything, they fit into this more than any of the others.
You know what? That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
So we have Hidenori Tokuyama as Hiroto Suto / Go on Gold, and Yumi Sugimoto as Miu Suto / Go on Silver.
That's Kick Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of other info, just who's already in it, we already know, and more details will be revealed June 27th, which is the day we're recording this, which means I'm sure some point through the episode someone's going to post who the next reveal is.
Decker, we are never going to get a Kabuto 20 years later.
We did! It's called Zeo!
But they fucked it up super bad. Well,
Correct!
Sort of.
That doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
We can't have erasure, Lane.
Wait, are they doing it 20 years later? No way.
If they were, I'm sure we'd have heard about it.
If they're actually going to get Tendo Soji's actor to come back, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, alright. Next, in Zero Ranger news, also in SMP news, King Brachion, aka the Ultrazord.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, it looks
it's
so good.
Well, it's the clear color version.
Sorry, no,
though.
it was called Titanus in Power Rangers.
There it is.
The Ultrazord was the combined version. I was like, wait, that's not the name. What was the name? And I couldn't remember Titanus.
I knew if I gave you time, you'd get it.
Every time I always forget how like massive he is compared to the other Zords.
Oh yeah.
No, I love it. Like, just
Same.
fuck yeah. There's something I just like. I just love its design. Like, there's something so different about it. Like, I don't know.
It was always cool seeing it like move in the show because like its legs would go like up and down like a wind up toy. It was
I just love how consistently they use the Brachiosaur as like the carrier Zord.
It's the big
they
one.
did it here. They did it in Dino Thunder. They did it in Kyoryuger.
I've seen some cool fan art of combining those three.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you've seen the part in Jurassic Park where like the first dinosaurs you see, they're brachiosaurs. They're fucking huge.
Yeah. So yes, this is a re-release of the Super Mini-Pla King Brachion, but in clear color. Continuing the line that started with the SMP Daizujin clear color.
Not my thing, but it looks good with the white though, to be honest.
Yeah. This release also features original coloring and stickers.
Stickers.
If you insert batteries, it can move on its own.
Ooh.
So yes, Premium Bandai Web exclusive, 17,600 yen in November.
I guess.
Yeah. Very cool. Also in SMP news, continuing the line of "Oh God, I want it! Oh God, I want it!" Saint Kaiser from Magi Ranger.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, what's
so
that
good.
one from?
Magi Ranger.
No,
The
I know,
movie.
but like in the movie. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
The movie.
So yes, this is like a white reskin of Barikion. And yeah, Kai Magi Phoenix combined with it in the movie. We got to see Saint Kaiser. And that, of course, that means it's compatible with the other Magi Ranger SMPs, which means you can make all kinds of wacky combinations, like Saint Wolkaiser or whatever the hell you would call it. Yeah, Paul would be happy if he was here, but I told him about it.
It looks very cool.
So yeah, you can make which means you can also make like Saint Kentaros, I guess it would be called, which is like the form that never happened in the movie. And you can mix it up with Magic King and Wolkaiser / Wolkentaros and make all kinds of wacky combinations that never happened. Yeah, I could see them doing a giant Magi Mother, then combining Magi Mother with Saint Kaiser would be neat.
That's what I was confused about before because I forgot that like Magi Mother just grew giant. I thought she just had her own mech.
No, she did not have a mech. Yeah, very cool.
So expensive.
All right, Unigolon. That was the name of the unicorn mech by itself. So it's on to collectibles for $209 US, which is a lot.
Yeah.
I want this whole line, but it's so expensive.
I can't.
I mustn't.
But what if I did?
Instead, I'll just slowly funnel all of my money into Guild Wars 2.
That's a good compromise, I guess.
All the expansions just went on sale, including the latest one for the first time. Yeah, very cool. And that's releasing in November as well. Next, So this was fun. So previously we've seen Emu and Poppy from Exade star in some commercials recently, and apparently they were joined by Tetsuya Iwanaga, aka Dan Kuroto, for all three of them to be together in the same ad for an insurance company.
That's cute.
We all got bills.
Yeah. So this was an ad for LifeNet Insurance Company. On their YouTube channel, they posted a commercial where their regular spokespeople, Hiroki Ijima and Ruka Matsuda, are joined by Tetsuya Iwanaga. Yeah, they indirectly reference Exade in the commercial. The TV ad alluded to the anniversary of the show. And then they just go on to how easy it is to start applying for the insurance online.
I sure could go for some tasty insurance right now.
Yeah, which is hilarious because this character died a lot, so he would benefit from that insurance.
I mean, do they play that up in the commercial?
I haven't watched
We
it.
should watch those. Turns out they have like super elaborate like production value. There's like suits and pyrotechnics and everything.
It'd be so like I'm just thinking like thinking about how Dan was in the later half of Exade, the fact that he kept dying and respawning. How would a life insurance policy work for that?
It's a good question.
Would he just be cashing in over and over?
It's like something they would address in The Boys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an immortal character with a life insurance policy. Now there's a scheme.
Uh-huh.
All right, very cool. And that's the news.
Woot!
I'm sure glad we stopped ending on death and started ending on insurance.
Life insurance.
The thing that comes after death.
Yes.
Yep.
Gavv time.
Speaking of after death.
So let's go right back to the death.
Yeah.
Everyone's sad about Dente, as they should be.
Yeah, everyone's doing their grieving.
But like honestly, I noticed like Sachika was like hit the hardest with it.
Yeah.
Like, she loved him.
Yeah,
She loved
they
him so
mentioned
much.
because she finally ran into a problem she could not fix.
Yeah. Can't fix
Yeah.
death.
Or can
Can
we?
Ooh,
This is Kamen Rider.
Frankenstein
To
did.
the Lazarus pit.
Frankenstein did.
You need to make Cyber Dente.
Oh, yo. Kamen Rider Dente? Come on, make it
I
happen.
didn't say Kamen Rider. I just said bring him back as a fucking cyborg.
That'll be the
No,
movie.
bring
They
back
bring
as
him
Kamen
back
Rider.
as like a monster.
Oh my god.
Dente, no!
Frankendente.
Frankendente! I think that needs to be the episode title.
No, I know it's gonna piss Deck off. I've already contacted my middleman about getting this. So
Of course you have.
I was gonna say if we didn't have that as
for
a
the
title,
memes.
the title should have been "I Believe in Uncle Dente."
You know, I'm just gonna get a giant poster made of Uncle Dente and I'm just gonna
Oh my
put it on my
God.
wall. Be like,
That would be an amazing like cardboard cutout to just have. People are going to your place like, what is that?
do you want the
My
one
uncle.
with teeth or without teeth?
I want him as in his final moments.
Have
Shot
you
him
seen
on the
this
ground.
message? I guess I finally died. Jesus Christ, Dente.
I mean, he seemed pretty aware it was going to happen.
Yeah, well, he was saying like
Yeah.
I'm sick, so like it was.
And that was before he started removing his own teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in case.
So we get this scene of Glota like in the stomach headquarters, obviously being sad that like the family's falling apart. And then she, like out of rage, she just
I'm
like
not lonely.
out of rage, she just like blasts her scythe through a nearby pillar. And my immediate reaction was, and then the house came down, for that was a load-bearing pillar.
Glotta.
But yeah, she's still like in denial that like, oh no, I'm not lonely. Like I'm gonna fucking take care, make sure the stomach family survives. And then she just goes and tries to get human presses.
Look how not lonely I am.
Yeah.
But like Lizelle apparently in like a flashback like gives her the like Rakia's toxin to like.
Honestly, the
Break.
shot with Glota going around using the toxin on people gave me like Poison Ivy vibes.
Because it was like perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are all you beautiful women homicidal maniacs? Is it just me?
In my experience, yes. No, it's funny too because like her perfume squeezer that looked exactly like a Sailor Moon gimmick. You know, like use this.
Yep. Glota stomach
my favorite Sailor Moon thing was always her disguise pen. I fucking loved every single time she used that.
Yeah, which
like,
they used in the first season and then never again.
A lot of the outfits Serena fucking got with that thing was just like, she was cute as shit.
That is true. Glad did kill a child. And Dente.
And then they made a 19-year-old villain who was 19 years old have like the deepest, manliest voice ever in the tub. I don't know why.
Who?
Fucking the one Molly was in love with.
Oh,
Jedi? No, not Jedi.
Fucking. Not Malachite, not Zoisite. What was the last one? He was the second one.
Jasper?
Nephlite? Nephlite.
Yeah, Nephlite. But yeah, they gave him like in the English dub, they gave him like the fucking like manliest fucking voice, and he was like only like his character was only like 19. So anyways,
hard 19.
Testosterone works different on the moon, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, like Shoma's like he's sad that Dente is gone, obviously, but like he kind of realizes he's like, oh, I'm gonna like just keep helping people and stuff because that's what he'd want, and like I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and just kind of mourn in my own way. Like Rakia confronts him about it. He's like, aren't you like pissed off? Aren't you like, don't you want revenge for like killing Dente? And he's like, of course I'm angry, but like
the thing is, Shoma's better at coping with this than most of the others because he's gotten used to losing family members.
Yeah, and like he decides I'm not going to take it out on others.
Instead, he just leans like, "Can we eat the pudding now?"
Yeah, we all. I mean, like Lane, you were saying, like he's mourning. Like I actually like that they showed that like everyone mourns in their own way. Everyone grieves in their own way.
Yeah,
some of us grieve through our stomach. We're called Italians. Hey, you got look. You're not going to see a better catered event ever than an Italian funeral.
Wow,
it's got something to prove. No, but I actually, honestly, I did like that. He's like, let's eat the dessert because then it's something that Uncle Dente wanted, and so we can all remember him together. Yeah. It was nice. Shoma is very emotionally intelligent. It turns out, you know.
Yeah.
And mostly for the reasons you said. He's been through the shit, but it didn't make him a bad person.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, then they pull out the Chips Gochizo, who was apparently with Dente in his final moments, and hook it up to the Gavv phone as he cries out Dente's last will and testament messages.
Oh yeah,
we talked about the toy on.
Yeah. Yep. By now.
And Dente was effectively like, "Lol, I'm going to die soon, so here's some final words for you."
Like it is funny, but like you know, when you get older, you do start thinking about these things, I guess. So
yeah.
This shit doesn't go on forever.
So Rocky is just like wandering around trying to find Glotta because his way of grieving is to just lean into his revenge rage.
I thought you were going to say his way of grieving is wandering through the woods at night. And I'm like, man, I grieve a lot.
I call it cruising.
It's called going for your morning grieve.
It's 3:45. Who's walking through the woods?
Yeah, and I just love that. Like, so Shoma catches up to him, trying to like comfort him by offering him a Tupperware box full of rocks.
That was hilarious. Look what I got for you.
I got you rocks, your favorite.
Just the fact that he put him in a fucking actual Tupperware container. Yeah. It's the funniest shit.
No, now I'm just picturing him like outside the house in the garden, just
like gathering rocks.
Yeah, like putting 1, 2. No, oh, that's a nice one.
This is like an actual like American sitcom, and just like the dinner table. What's wrong, Rock? Yeah, you barely touched your rocks. I won't talk about it.
Oh my god. And then we get this dorky and adorable scene where like Hanto tries to offer Sachika like a cloth to dry her tears. And then she just goes, "Why didn't you offer me a tissue?" And then pulls a tissue that was immediately within reach the whole time.
I'm just like, sorry, I don't know how to talk to women this way.
She's being a troll.
And also, let's just talk about, you know, Hanto being the best boyfriend ever. He's there for Shoma. It's like,
yep.
Fucking kiss, please.
Make out.
I can think of a way to comfort you.
Oh.
I like when they're sitting eating like the pudding a la mode. Like you can tell because like Hanto always states like he doesn't like sweets, so you can see like he's sitting there and you just see the expression on his face being like, "Okay, I'll do it for Dente."
Yep.
Begrudgingly eating the sweets.
So yeah, Glotta's going around capturing humans, and some of Shoma's Gochizo out on patrol see it, and then they go back to Hapipare to report this, but Shoma's not there, and Hanto and Sachika don't speak Gochizo, so
do we too.
they communicate what's happening to them by way of a skit in which they pull out this red ribbon and then like mimic getting human press.
I was like,
wait, the Red Ribbon Army's attacking?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, well, you know, points for getting the point across. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I understood what was going on.
So
I'd have won that round of charades.
So this moment Deckard just posted makes me happy that we stopped doing the Gojizo death count a long time ago.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yep.
So like they show up and like so Hanto goes after the agents to like capture the human presses that they took, and like Shoma's like, okay, I'm gonna go master Gavv or whatever like that, but then he's like, fuck, I don't have enough Gojizos, and he like summons his army of Gojizos, and just Glotta just fucking cuts them all in half in like one swoop, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, really? He's like, oh no, I don't have enough. Like, you knew you were going to a fight.
You should always fucking fill up your Gavv Gochi pod before you go out. Every day.
I get it, but like, come on, he's not that dumb.
He was busy grieving.
Ugh.
He's busy eating alamode and
him.
picking up rock saute for Rakia.
I guess that. Oh yeah, he's been too busy sifting through rocks. He couldn't eat the candy.
Yeah, he's busy grieving and picking up rocks.
I just want to say too, and we like they showed this at the picture. There was this point where they jumped down the not the shaft, like I guess the elevator, whatever it was.
It looked like an elevator shaft, but I don't think there was actually an elevator in
and it's a really cool shot because
where like Valen like jumps at the camera
and it just like his foot lands right on the lens. It's really cool.
Yeah, there's some fun camera work in this episode. Not only then, but like obviously later when like the four characters are like fighting Glotta and there's that circling camera shot. That was really cool.
The other thing I was thinking is like, what if the Gochizos had come from closer to the riders, not the villains?
Yeah, why were they coming from across the way and not the same side as them?
It's all nonsense.
I just love the shot of Shoma, like he pulls out the Gochi pod like he's ready to go, and then he like jostles it and realizes, fuck.
That's what I was. Dramatic effect, of course.
But yeah, she one shots the entire field of Gochizo, and
Sends
you
them all
just
to
see one
heaven.
of them die.
Yeah.
It was sad. I was like, holy shit.
I have to eat so much candy.
So yeah,
So,
Valen tackles the mooks as he's chasing them out of the building. And then I think the funniest thing in the whole episode happens.
Oh yeah.
Where like the two mooks are passing the briefcase around and Valen goes to intercept it, and then he fumbles the grab, and then he realizes, wait, none of them have it. It fucking landed on the straw in his suit.
It was such a great reveal. Because even we're the audience are going, wait, where did it go? Huh?
I can't believe they thought to do that.
That was really funny. What if it was an accident on set and they said, go with it?
Let's do that.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't put it past them if that was an accident. It was great. Good use for the straw. See, I told you the straw would come in handy.
When you're right, Lane.
Sorry, I cut you off. What you were gonna say?
Oh, so I was just gonna say, like as much as like bitchy and whiny Glotta's been, like she can fight.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is a very competent fighter. But yeah, so like they get their asses kicked, and then like Shoma spawns the Alamode Gojizo, and he's like, this, you should have this rock. Yeah, I know Dente would want you to fucking use it. And so it's just so like this whole henshin sequence is just fucking great. So like he like puts the Gojizo in the Rastum gear, and then he like pulls up like the plate that like all the parts of the Alamode would be on, flips his hair back, which is like so fucking raw, and then he like activates the head shade, and it's just like it's so cool. Like even says like Alamode mode. I fucking loved that shit.
That's a good play on words there.
It says bon appetit.
I don't like how tall the Cup Gochizo is on top of the belt.
I was about to say,
It is weird, but like,
is this the biggest Gochizo? Has to be.
I think so.
Like it looks like it doesn't look.
I don't know if it's bigger than the Gochi pod though.
No, it's fair enough. it doesn't look like it's a part of the gimmick, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I just gotta say, like, I love this fucking design. Like, it's just like the all silver suit. I really enjoy. I like he has like the spoon like going into like the pudding like in the center of his chest, and then the best part for me is just the little cherry on the top of the helmet. Like, it's so cool.
Little cherry on top.
The only part of it that I like is the silver parts and how, as I previously said, they smack of drive type high speed. Other than that, I'm not a fan, but that I was never a fan of Vram's original pudding form either, and this is just that, but better. But it doesn't like, pull it out of I don't like it territory.
Can we all agree the fucking energy this man had the whole fucking fight? Like, God damn.
The fucking shot where he's sitting on the box just aura farming.
You know,
no, when he
for his new album.
He finishes his henshin and he's like walking towards Glotta, and then you just see like freaking Shoma just looking at him like, holy shit, he's so cool.
Yeah, and then of course he spawns the shield, which as we know is a reskin of the shield from Ringo arms and golden arms from Gavv.
Oh my.
Also, it's kind of really poetic that like his brother was killed by a grenade that uses a scythe, and one of his primary weapons he uses is a scythe.
Yeah, we talked about that before. One of them when last time they fought.
It's true.
Oh yeah. This actor is all about aura farming. This one that was sitting on a box, and then is Kirame Silver pulling the fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, is that the same guy? Nice.
Same actor on not the suit actor.
Oh yeah,
the civilian actor.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fun.
But yeah, no, like he was also, so cool.
I will say the insert song, "Shake It Off," fucking banger. Latest in a series of bangers.
Wait, Taylor Swift's "Shake It Off" song was in this? I didn't hear it.
Yes,
it was that one.
That's why I hate when multiple songs have the same name.
There can only be one.
Oh yeah, there was some pretty gratuitous angles on that Glotta suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also like I like when like they're like hanging off like this like railing and like he gets like caught in it, but then he catches her in it. And
yeah, that was weird.
Again, the fight choreography in this was pretty rad.
Like not weird, sorry, in the sense that it like looked weird, but weird in the sense of just like
it was odd that like he's hanging off a gap and then he jams his foot in the cage to hang himself there, and then like yoinks himself to the other side and then just fucking throws the scythe back at her.
Glotta's on the internet and everyone on the internet's a man, so you know.
But yeah, holy shit, like this shot here of just him like finishing Henshin and just walking towards Glotta is so fucking cool. I'd honestly say like Vram is probably one of the coolest like third riders we've like ever had.
He definitely radiates that, like you guys say, with the aura. Yeah. He's got the aura, as they say.
Because like I'm thinking about like Valkyrie, like Valkyrie was cool. It just like it was just a shame that like they just didn't write her better, because like they just wrote her really shit. Espada, like I always say, should have been the secondary rider instead. So just like he was weird.
I liked Espada's character arc.
Jean is good. Like I liked Sakura's character more than like the rider itself. And yeah, third rider was what, Buffa and Geats? Or no, Nago. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Nago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nago. Yeah, was cool. She was pretty great. And then Valvered was okay. So I'd say Vram's probably like the best third rider we've gotten in the Reiwa era.
Wayne, I'm picturing you making like a tier list YouTube video and you like saying like, "This is good, pretty good."
Honestly, I feel like we should do like a Castranger like rider tier list. I think that'd be a fun day, fun couple hours.
ProZD's been doing a lot of tier lists lately too, so we could ride that trend. I was thinking of making like a gaming tier list of sorts.
We should.
So yeah, of course, Glotta gets her fucking ass kicked and she's dying. Yeah. Also, now you can tell Sachika did care but loved Dente the most out of all of them, because like she took a fucking selfie with him.
I thought it was cool too that it wasn't just like Rakia, like Shoma went caking mode and then brought out his mooks and all four of them at the same time.
Yeah, that was fucking earlier, awesome. That like rotating shot of all four of them slashing a Glotta was rad.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
And then apparently, her deal was like absorbing power and throwing it back, but they pulled that trope where it's like, oh, it's too much power for me to absorb.
This is Hulk 2003.
But yeah, so she's dying, and then surprise, surprise, Longo's alive. So
yeah, but he's darker, edgier, dirtier, and now wears a long cloak.
Oh no.
And yeah, so Glada dies in his arms, and he's just like, "I will
I
rebuild
don't
the
know
Stomach family."
Oh, you know what? I was about to say I don't know if she's dead. It did kind of seem that way, but I wasn't going to confirm it. But if they gave her actress flowers at this late in the show,
Scar always says that bullshit where it's like, "Oh, they don't disappear; they're not dead."
punished Longo.
The most on my seat I've ever been for the show is now, because I want to know next week, is she going to get dusted in the open?
They fucking get her, or I will riot.
So I've been seeing this for the preview. So apparently people are saying like this might be like Sugar coming back to life, or it might be Honto's mentor back to life. I honestly like, and this sounds fucked up, I think it's both. I think it's both of them.
They got the fly.
All I know is there's a new bitter Gavv with a new break cookie.
Wait, did we ever find out what happened with Sugar's like K baby?
I don't think so.
Maybe this is that.
Someone has already designed a Kamen Rider Longo.
Oh my goodness.
That's actually a rad design.
That is cool. I like the spike.
Maybe it's a human Gnu fusion, so it isn't anyone. Oh, that's lame. I think they should have, because that does make sense, because Nielv only had the bottom half of his mentor. So
All I need is the bottom half.
Oh yeah, there's a new.
What the fuck is that second one? Look at his face.
It's Dummy. That's the name of it. The first two are dummies, it says, and then the third one, the new bitter Gavv, is Marble Break Cookie.
I love Marble Cookie.
Every time I hear the word dummy, I just think of the Undertale song.
I think of the dummy Dopant.
Oh, that too. Dummy!
Don't be a dummy.
Look, like that is me if I haven't slept in like a week.
Bro's tweaking.
Please use your Shoba. I'm ready to go, bud. I'm ready to go. Where to go? I'm wired.
Well, you know how we've always been like making the joke that the Gochizos are like Meeseeks?
Yeah.
This is the most Meeseek.
Oh yeah, he's even the right color.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that Decker, can you just fucking put like shop Mr. Meeseek's face?
or shop this thing onto Meeseek's body.
Oh, we're still alive!
Either or, that'd be
I'm
fucking
only
weird.
here because he ate a candy.
Don't roll me into this. Yeah, oh no, yeah, this is a Gochizo that's been alive for 48 hours.
Oh my god.
I just want to be consumed. But yeah, like that shot of Longo like leaning down and with Glada, it's like, I'll rebuild the Stomach family no matter how much hair I have to comb.
hang on, Decker, I'll look it up.
Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty.
You know that show?
Yeah.
Look at me.
I stopped watching after the third season because I just stopped caring.
The show that made terrible people assault McDonald's.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Mr.
Yeah,
Meeseeks.
they were looking for an excuse to do that, let's be honest.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks looking for
Quick
you.
tangent, I actually did catch up on Rick and Morty. They actually kind of rounded it out, I found. Like, mid-season, mid-series, it was getting kind of... No, I like where they went.
As long as Jerry's still doing Jerry stuff, I'm happy.
Jerry's awesome. He stays
I love
awesome.
Jerry. He's my favorite character.
I fell off when they took their season 4 break, and I never got around to catching up.
That's where I went out too. And then, like I said, I think it's worth. The new guys are good.
All right. Well, that's Gavv.
Engage.
Ding dong! Ding dong died!
No, but you know what the best part is? His fucking name is Pat Kaiser.
Yep. as soon as they called him Pat, I'm like, oh, it's the Pat Ranger one.
I have an Ant Pat, so like
Pat Kaiser. Hell yeah.
His name was Pat Kaiser.
He's apparently Fire Candle's drinking buddy.
Yeah.
No, the moment I saw, like, it's in the chat, this image of him, like, lying on the ground with a knife in his back.
Knife in his back!
Not even like a toku knife, like a fucking Bowie or something.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, this is gonna be good.
It took one actual minute for them to have set up this whole fucking murder mystery episode.
Can I just say, when I saw the no one for this episode, I literally jumped. I was not expecting that. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, right?
Us too. We were like, what the fuck?
Half Sherlock Holmes, half Phantom Thief.
Yeah, no, it was literally like a fucking Lupin Pad fucking themed monster. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like, there's so much going on with this guy.
Oh no, you know what it is? He's supposed to be Sherlock and Moriarty. That makes sense.
That's what I said.
That's what Sal said.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's like the detective and the criminal. I thought that was a fun costume. It's busy, his design, but it works because if you look at each thing individually.
Yeah, the face, dude.
Oh my god.
He's the deadliest animal of all.
I just think it's hilarious that it took 18 fucking episodes for Sumino, the detective, to actually do detective things.
Hey, did we leave out our only female character? Yeah, we'll keep putting it off.
Whoops.
We'll get there.
I say whoops, but there was no regret.
There was none. There was regret that they did an episode about her.
It was a good episode.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, I love fun, especially when freaking Gozu Polar just fucking jumps through the fucking roof.
Fucking crashes through the ceiling like a mad guy.
What a guy!
Oh my god!
And he's like, I'll figure this mystery out, you plebs.
And Sumino promptly tells him to get fucked.
That was fun.
Decker, don't worry, we'll get into that. Don't you worry.
So I like that they addressed, like, wait, don't you have the power to read minds? Yeah, it doesn't work on ring bears.
Oops.
She does do it on the monster, though, and the monster's like, I need to figure out who did this.
Although, like, couldn't that just be explained as him? He knows she's reading his mind, so he's just controlling his thoughts.
I mean, that's possible, yes, but
it's true that it ended up not being him, but it could have been him, and he was just like, what if I think about what if I'm innocent?
We've got 22 minutes each.
Yeah, we gotta move this along. I just love the fact that the fucking dead-ass ding-dong apparently was actually subject to rigor mortis.
Yeah, no, that's what I like. So they have blood and muscles and tissue. This is amazing. Well, yeah. No, the even better thing we find out is that apparently the gold one's head is made of gold and has value.
Yeah, they were talking about melting it down and selling it.
Like Haru was like, wait,
can I do that?
That's been an option?
Huh.
And I was saying it would have been so fucking funny if for the opening sequence for this episode only, if just the gold one was just dead on the floor.
Great.
Yeah, no, his name's Pat Kaiser.
It was Pat Kaiser.
I love it. I just sat there and I was like, there's my Power Ranger reference. Yay.
But yeah, so they all give their alibis.
Yep.
And only Blue has a real one.
Yeah, he was streaming.
So yeah, he was streaming. Haru was writing his resume. I forgot what Green was doing.
Practicing darts.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, like a real partier.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, when you go to parties, sometimes people play darts at like bars and shit.
And Ryugi mentions he was composing the 55th verse of his prayer song, and my immediate reaction was, I want the full cut now.
All 20 minutes.
All 20 minutes of just Iyasaka over and over.
We did get a little bit of him singing it just for a second, so that was cute.
Yep. And this is where we realize that none of these idiots have ever read or watched a murder mystery story because they all start separating.
Don't literally say, I'm going to go on my own where it's safe. Like, no!
I'm safer alone!
And then
no, you are not!
And then he immediately dies.
Immediately is murdered. It's so funny to actually think about the fact that this episode did involve all of our main characters being murdered.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on? It would have been amazing if when they cut back to him after he had died, it was his old man form.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that would have been great. Just see him on the floor,
this was fucking hilarious. Seeing Tegasword confront his son.
Yeah,
but he wasn't even in robot mode. He's in changer mode.
It had the energy of, don't you sauce me, boy, or I'll give you the backhand.
No. And he keeps calling him by his fucking dead name. And he's like, my name's Goodbang, you fucking piece of shit.
That had all the energy of some kid who came up with an emo nickname for himself.
My
name's Darkstar.
What is literally happening here is a furry is telling their parents, and
it's not a face.
And the parents okay, listen, Michael, my name is Meow Paws.
I don't
No.
like you hanging out with that Mashiro boy. He's my
This
best friend.
This reminds me of an episode of Doctor Who where the doctor's babysitting this guy's like baby, and like the baby's name is Alfie, but like the doctor knows how to speak baby, so he's like, oh no, he prefers to be called Stormageddon, destroyer of all.
That's the most Chunibyo ass shit I've ever heard.
Love it.
That's Doctor Who for you.
I still love too when Tekasword, like, because again he's a hand mode. When Gudabern like starts to leave, like
The hand like turns
like,
slightly as if he's looking at him.
like, don't turn your back on me.
Son, come back.
It's like, so wait, is he seeing through the knuckles? What's going on?
I guess. He sees through the slots in the finger where the ring goes in.
That's so weird. Like,
I just like that we're seeing like fucking drama between like
Family drama?
Sentai robots.
yeah.
Does this mean Tega June has like weekend visitation?
Yeah, she has to pay child support.
We can only hope.
She has to pay an alimony of 1 Sentai ring a month.
No, but they had a botched marriage because it wasn't the proper marriage that was supposed to destroy the world.
Oh yeah, Tega Sword has a restraining order.
I'm not marrying you fucking AI copy abomination.
Oh my god.
You gotta remember, she's AI. She's
Yeah.
AI generated. Oh my
entity.
god. This show, man, like fucking, like I said, Reiwa era Sentai has just been cooking year after year. It's great.
The crackhead energy is not just for the team. It's for the writers too, apparently.
Oh,
Remember,
absolutely.
This is written by the daughter of the head writer of Dawn Brothers.
Yeah,
So
it's all starting to fall into place.
She's channeling her father's energy into the show. I love it.
This is the weirdest remake of Hereditary I've ever seen.
But it's great because this is doing it in a way where there aren't really any unanswered questions in the same way Dawn Brothers did.
Oh, I know you were fucking questioning every little thing.
And there's still some questions from Dawn Brothers that never got answered.
Oh, I hate it.
There's the shop and it's terrifying.
That's awful.
It's got Steve Buscemi eyes.
I was gonna say they look like fucking eggs.
Well done, Decker. Holy shit.
Very nice.
Oh my god.
That's a Mr. That's a Mr. Meeseeks that literally has been
too
trying
long.
to die for like decades and just hasn't been able to.
I just want to die.
But he won't. He can't.
game.
Yeah. So Kindrio gets murdered off screen.
Yep.
Then suddenly Fire Candle's here and lamenting the death of his drinking buddy, Pat Kaisar the Ding Dong.
We always say it, but
Yeah, the muffin.
God, I love Candle.
Thank you, Seven, for picking up on my reference.
Oh yeah, the muffin from fucking Muffin Time. I love it.
Yeah, and then like we cut back, and then suddenly Ryugi and Fire Candle are both dead in the interrogation room that spawned out of nowhere.
Oh, that was great when they opened the door. It's like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, and I love that for some reason, in the process of dying, Fire Candle discovered planking.
It's funny too, because later when we see how it actually went down, just great physical acting from the actor, where he just like fell over like a bowling pin.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
great.
And I think his like eyes were still open when he was dead on the ground.
Yeah, he was going for realistic corpse.
Yep.
Funny. And again, like I just love how like this is one of the only times I've ever seen this in anything. Forget Sentai. It's like where like, oh wow, one of the villains really cares about the mooks.
Yeah.
Like on like a personal level, not just I want everyone to be safe. Like he knows them by names. Like I'm friends with this one. I'm friends with this one.
Yeah, and it's been consistent going forward. So is this to say that before the show, he had unique and interesting and diverse friendships with 50 different golden ding-dongs, one for each Sentai?
Fuck yeah, let's watch that series.
I would watch that series.
I think
every episode of him hanging out with a different ding-dong.
We need a Fire Candle movie.
You never know.
Or like a net series.
Yeah.
I like to...
Yeah, Toei Tokusatsu
TTFC special. TTC special.
I like to, because like, okay, this is fun. Like what he drew in his blood was at first what looks like the number 72.
Yeah.
But no, it was actually, oh no, that's kanji.
Yeah.
Which, that was That's fun.
I love the bit where it's like 72. Maybe that's the age of the murder. It was Kinjiro, the old man. He's actually 87.
Oh,
Fuck.
even better.
Yeah, and then also Horu and Rikuo get murdered by a giant poison bottle.
Oh yeah, that just had a big skull and crossbones on it.
Yep.
Which I was really hoping someone would look at that and go, "Wait a second!" Pulls it down. This is extract of llama.
I was about to say, to save on post-ed, we'll just poison them with this.
So eventually we do find out who the murderer is.
It was fucking Bear Kuma.
Wait, are you telling me the one who killed everyone was the fucking bear?
Yeah.
This never happened.
It was the flying familiar bear tank that spits out bills.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. He's like, I'm gonna throw myself in this fucking fryer pan and just become fried bear.
Oh my
and then they
God.
actually made an actual like bowl of deep fried bear.
Fried Gundam.
I want to eat some. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah, so and then they do a flashback where they show how Bear Kuma murdered everybody, and the fact that he did that means that he could probably do it again at any time, which is upsetting.
He is a bear. Bears kill at will. I thought it was funny too. 'Cause the way she actually caught him was he's like, "Oh, what? No, but I didn't see them get stabbed or punched or poisoned." And he's like, "How'd you know?"
No one mentioned those ways of murder. So literally, it was the exact same way the murder got discovered in chapter 2 of Danganronpa 1.
I mean, that's a trope you see a lot of times. When did I ever say they were blank?
No one mentioned a blue vest. Yeah.
So yeah, he found out he used to be like a toy and then got brought to life.
Spoilers, he still is a toy.
Like, Bear Kuma, I got bad news.
You're very marketable.
You are extremely collectible.
So I get why he did it, because he was just like basically like he's just trying to prove himself and be like, oh, I can be reliable and stuff and like helpful. And
By murdering everyone?
Yeah, why did he want to do it? Like, was that explained?
He wanted to get them out of his way because
they were all competing with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bear Kuma's the new Yarukar.
A little bit.
Kind of.
They do sort of fill a similar role.
Yeah. And then apparently because they were all trapped in this mystery zone that people could enter but not leave, by the way, which was a thing. Like the energy leaves, the room is solved, and everyone just wakes up alive again.
No.
Including
died.
Thank God, I thought this was the last episode of the show.
Oh.
No.
Where are my flowers?
Yeah, including the Ding Dong, he's alive, and Fire Candle's ecstatic.
Oh, they are like almost making out.
Yeah, he goes like gives him a huge hug and he's like, all right, let's go drinking. And I'm like, hell yeah.
I want to hang out with Fire Candle and Fire Candle's actor. That'd be so cool.
Oh no, he's the best.
The best. So cute. So yeah, then the monster decides, all right, fuck it, we're gonna fight. And he pulls out. Considering we just had several scythe users in Gavv, it's so hilarious that the fucking mystery no one pulls out a scythe made of a pipe and the smoke coming out of it.
Why not?
Wow.
If Holmes could do it, so could this guy.
Sherlock Holmes is known for his scythe fighting.
Famous scythe user. So the unicorn starts fighting him, and it's like, ha! If you want to defeat me, you must solve the murder on my body! Solve me! Solve me hard!
And so, in order to do that, she enters her mind palace.
She goes full Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, like, for fuck's sake, people.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch, Sherlock Holmes could do it. So.
And like, it makes sense in retrospect, but I can't possibly fathom how Sumino came to this. Oh, he was murdered by something round? I know, I'll use the Go-Under ring and pull out the fucking Go-Rotor and murder him with it. That way the S on the dying message on the outline stands for Sumino. It was me! I'm the murderer!
Because I'm murdering you right now!
I couldn't believe we landed on that.
That was funny as shit.
I so regret I didn't, I was saying, thinking, is she the murderer? Is that what the twist is? And I regret not saying that out loud before it happened.
Oh my god.
Holy
And
crap,
I love
man.
that, like, as she's approaching him in one shot, he starts, like, shooting laser question marks at her.
Yeah, the mystery.
Yeah. And then, like, they pull the human out of him, who was some, like, weird Lupin-looking detective dude who honestly reminds me... Remember after Ghost when Onari started dressing like a fucking Lupin detective? That's who that reminded me of.
Could that have been a reference?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe it was a reference
I think it was like a reference to just like Lupin the Third in general.
That's what I was thinking.
We just see him get, and that's it. We don't even have like a
we don't know who he
follow-up.
is. It doesn't matter. They just yoink him and he's fine.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, and then like Tegasword and Gudabon come in after having just gone for Froyo or something. And they're still angry at each other. So then Barracuda decides to go giant, and we see Gudabon mount up and combine with him for the first time, which is very cool.
It looks cool too. I like the tank mode.
And then because Gudabon and Tegasword, and also Mashiro and Kumade, or Mashiro and Sumino, have beef with each other, because we don't have a monster to fight this week for some reason, they just decide to have a fight between the two of them. So we get this like joust-ass fight between Tegazord Black and Gudaburn Bear Kuma. I don't know if there's a combined name.
So it's like a unicorn centaur dealie versus a polar bear tank dealie.
Tales all this time.
Badass.
Yeah, it was a very cool fight.
I like the framing of that one too.
Yeah.
Usually you don't see like those kinds of shots for these.
Yeah, especially in the one Decker posted where like Tegazord is jumping at it for the big attack.
It was cool.
And then this bullshit happened.
I want to talk about this because like I was asking, wait, why did you switch out with Haru? Like this was Sumino's story.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, that's why.
Because this shit's happening.
Yeah,
So fucking Black Daizujin warps in for an unexplained reason.
Which is cool looking. I love it.
Looks
and then
cool.
they ruin it.
Hey, kids, have you not yet somehow been made aware that the Robo Universe toy line exists? Well, here's your advertisement.
It's so bad. Like,
and,
I hate it.
And yeah, in the chat they're saying it. I was literally going to say, I've never seen the suit look dinky.
Yeah.
Usually it's the toys.
Yeah.
That didn't look good.
So, like they give it Speedor's shoulders, the hands of the shark and lion from Gao King.
Tiger.
Whatever.
It's a white tiger.
Look who you're talking to.
Okay, you know what? I should be pedantic about it, but I'm just so disinterested by this, whatever the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
And then I think they swap out the legs with Shinkeno.
Like, Ichi loves making, like, kid bashes of shit, but, like, this is just...
I love it when I'm the one doing it. When you make it part of the establishment, it's not fun.
Yeah.
And they're gonna keep doing it. You know they're gonna keep fucking doing it.
Yeah.
We might be entering an era we don't like. Unfortunately.
This is the one downside to an otherwise great show, though, I have to say.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
very, very minimal, but I hate this.
They gotta sell the toys. It's what it is.
Like,
game.
Boonjer, at least it was, like, decently tolerable, because it was like, okay, whatever. But then, like, they pulled this shit, especially with, like, Cell talks about how much, like, how awesome the Dino Megazord is, and, like, having, like, a black version of it is so cool. So I'm like, just keep that. Just keep it as that.
You'll be
Why do you
fine.
have to fuck with it? Why do you have to fuck with it?
So,
Hell, can I see Black Daizujin in tank mode, please?
that would be cool.
Yeah,
I want that shit.
Question in the
Yeah.
chat for you, Ichi.
If it was black, what do you think? What do you mean?
I think he means if they mean you.
If all the parts were black?
like
then
all black and gold. That
would at least look better.
Yeah, it'd look decently better.
It would look better, but again, the problem is the size. Like,
Yeah.
and okay, me specifically, because I'm actually going through Wild Force right now again, and so like they're fresh in my head, like the shark and tiger arms, and it's like they're not that small.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would have done? Because it's an evil version of Daizujin, I would have given him like evil Megazord parts. So like have him have like the Pretazord arms instead.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Stuff like that. That would have been cool. At least that would have been an interesting idea.
And I think there is a black Speedor, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, now,
probably.
Ichi, now we got to ask ourselves this though. I know what Lane's answer would be. So what do we prefer, this or Daizujin with a cloak?
I don't know.
Right.
Daizujin cloak.
Don't know if I can pick one.
What's the lesser of two evils?
What's the lesser?
Here's the thing. Gozyuger with the cloak is pretentious and just, like, chunibyo as fuck. This, mixing up the Megazord parts, just looks bad.
And someone just brought up in the chat, that's another part of the problem. The shark and tiger are supposed to be not just the arms, but the shoulders too. That's part of why they don't look good. That's a big part of it. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
At
least if you covered up this, at least if you covered up the mix-up form with the cloak, you wouldn't have to look at how bad it looks.
The toy looks even worse.
Oh god! Oh god, that's awful.
Don't do that.
Oh,
that's fucking awful.
Toei, what are you doing? Come on, your guys are fucking cheap and lazy.
And it's true that we have to like these are only one-time things, but it's like we're talking about it this one time.
Sure, this specific combination is probably one time, but the problem is they're doing it repeatedly.
Yeah. You know what? I'll be optimistic. I'll try to be optimistic. I hope that at some point we'll see a combination that makes us go better.
There probably are some good-looking combinations, but we haven't found one yet.
Not yet.
Hopefully.
So next week we're gonna see. I think it's called White Burn, the combination between Tegazord and Gouda Burn. First off, that name is weird. Second,
why is he fusing with his son? That's gross.
That is also weird.
Hey, wait a minute.
Weird.
And also, I think we mentioned it when we talked about the toy, but I really fucking hate that they just pulled a Extreme King Odra again, where all they did was take one of the Zords, turn it upside down, and stick it on the back so his legs are dangling over the shoulders.
Yeah.
That looks like a sex move of some kind, which is even more upsetting when you remember that it's father and bastard son! Father, why are you mounting my back?
Your older, colder, fatter son.
That's a good line.
Thank you.
He is a bear.
Oh dear.
Oh shit. No, dinky legs. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Also, apparently, Horu has a love interest now.
Oh.
Hey man, like you guys underestimate this dude too much.
I like Horu. I
love Horu. I'm rooting for him all show, man. I hope he succeeds. I hope he gets the job he wants. Yeah, exactly, Decker. Let the homeless man dream.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He's got some.
He's a good-looking guy. He's working hard to try to get a job. He works on his resume all the time. Like, not a lot of people do that.
Why is he working on his resume so often? He has not had other jobs.
You got to like stretch that out. They got to make the spots and the spotty years in your resume work for you. Well, guys, and also wolves mate for life. So if him and this girl hit it on,
oh,
maybe it'll give birth to a better Red Ranger. Got him.
A bigger, better Ranger.
A bigger, redder Ranger.
Anyways, this was like a really fun condensed like episode of Gozyuger, and I kind of hope we get like a few more of these sprinkled out throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Solid episode, interesting premise, hilarious, interesting monster design, and then a badass fight.
Yeah,
Pat Kaiser and Fire Candle Man.
Yeah. And yes, let's get that TTFC series of Fire Candle and the various gold ding-dongs.
Yeah, let's get that TTC series.
Girls don't like weenies, Is that Nico's son from Exit?
That does look like Nico.
All right. Feature topic time.
Let's get Decker.
Unmuting the Decker.
All right, there's Decker.
Feature topic time.
I'm graduating.
So how does it feel to have finally graduated?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
That was pretty much the message of the movie.
Also, is the camera movie.
Yeah.
So apparently, since the series ended, all of the chemis on the zoo planet have just been chilling, watching Gotchard episodes.
Okay, can I just say straight up? I didn't know this was like Pikachu's Vacation. Like,
yeah,
situation.
no, I forgot that this started with a legit Pikachu's Summer Vacation special.
That's why I brought that up much earlier. But like, no, guys, think of it. Like this whole thing, I'm like, okay, so when's the plot gonna start? Like, what's is it? I wasn't expecting it to be this cutesy. What's going on? I didn't know this wasn't the movie.
What? I was like, what?
Going in, I forgot because after it happened, I remembered reading the article that mentioned there was going to be this little side special, but as we were watching it, I also was not conscious that this was not the movie.
I mean, so like, yeah, like, just this is about that. Like, yeah, cute shenanigans happening with the mascot characters.
I want that X-Fortress.
Okay, can I just say, the little animatronics, I was getting like Full Moon's Puppet Master vibes, if anyone knows those movies, just like they were moving, and I'm like, this is so not convincing, and it's adorable in that sense. Like I don't believe none of these are toys.
What were you saying,
Like
Decker?
Raptor just fucking jumped up and down in the end.
Oh yeah. But yeah. So the bit of the special is they want to go visit Hotaro because they're bored of watching Hotaro in episodes of Gotchard. So they try to open the door. They try to open the door back to regular Earth, but it's not opening. So they tie some rope to the door and try to tug of war, pull the door open, and it's literally the exact same plot of Pikachu's Summer Vacation, except at least in that movie they accomplished something.
They actually got Charizard out of there.
Yeah.
And Cubo.
I did like that they all like spoke like proper Japanese, and it was like all their respective voice actors too. And I was
love
cool.
Ten Fortress being voiced by Sugita.
Yeah, and then Hiyama's Steamliner, so I was just hearing like fucking Hiyama, and I was like, hell yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, the little remote controlled X Fortress is so cute.
Yep.
Where's that as a fucking premium Bandai toy?
Did they announce that as a toy? I don't know if they did or not.
We saw it.
They didn't.
And we wanted to. Oh, they did?
No, they didn't. The one that I think I showed like a few months back, that was the prop. The one that's in the special as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they try and open the door. They fail because Paco Raptor bites the rope.
But also, we'll bring this up later, we learn they actually do tie it into the main movie.
Yeah, we find the reason why the door wouldn't open.
So that's cool that they added that.
And then it just ends with them like running back to Smartphone as if they're gonna like pelt him or hug him or jump on him or something, and then just like awkward cut to black, and then they're just sitting there watching episode 1 again.
It's like, okay, 4 minutes is up, guys. Like,
cool. Glad we accomplished fucking nothing.
And I was very confused. I was like, wait, where's the movie? I was literally at this point, I was like, oh, that wasn't the movie?
At least spoil a Johto Kemi or some shit.
Oh, boy.
At least in Pikachu Summer Vacation, we got to see Pika-Blue.
Remember those days?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to go to the smartphone to actually call Hotaro, but then with how it linked to the movie, it looped back to the beginning.
Yeah. And then the actual movie starts by literally displaying on screen, there's a post-credit scene after the movie!
That was hilarious.
Holy!
The fact that they had decided to do that in this modern-day post-MCU universe is hilarious.
You know what
I have to admit, a lot of times we've watched like these Toku movies, and sometimes when the credits hit, I just stop watching it, and then you guys talk about a post-credit scene. I was like, oh, I stopped after the credits. I didn't know
issue.
Well, no, because I expect that shit in the MCU only, not in other movies.
I mean, other movies have done it, but like, I think it was really there for like the parents in the audience, because parents might be like, okay, we're leaving now.
I don't expect to go into a Star Wars movie expecting a post-credit scene. They don't do that shit.
If Gar was here, he would appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny that it's there because it's just like the fact that there's a disclaimer.
I have to talk about this first thing because this is bullshit. I love that they tried to make us think that freaking Kiji brother and Sonaza from Don Brothers characters were fucking high schoolers.
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
I mean, they were in the series. We saw that they were high schoolers.
But I'm like, they're clearly not.
If MPR can get away with it, that
is kind of a precedent.
It's fine. It was a fun cameo. Is what they're going for.
I will say, like, the part of this movie that I enjoyed the most was probably like the actual like graduation stuff in the movie. I didn't really care for the other plot.
I was actually gonna say I like the plot. I was like, oh, it's not like, you know, the most unique story ever, because basically it's a time loop movie.
Yeah.
There's a time loop. We got to figure out how to break it. And I was like, okay, who did it? What's the reason? Why is it only affecting Spanner? Like, there were questions I was asking.
Yeah, like figuring out the mystery part of the plot was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I think the story works because of what the message was going for.
Yes.
And just showing how Spanner. I will say Kurogane. Spanner. Like, basically, we just see how Spanner moved on after the show. He stopped being a dick. Like, in fact, there's one part I love where he literally go up to Boruto and apologize.
Oh, we'll get to him later.
Holy shit.
We'll get to
that. No, yeah, like the plot fit with the movie. But Lane, I also think you're right too. Where like, there's a lot of heart in this movie. Like, that's what I'll say, and that's tied directly to the graduation. And again, it ties with the theme of change and moving on.
That's why, like, I always give Gotchard like a hard time, and like I shit on all the time. And then like watching this like movie, seeing like all of them being like, oh man, like these past years are like nuts, and like, you know, like, oh, we've all grown so much, and I'm just like looking at them like, yeah, you guys really have, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think, like, when we first started showing that the time loop was happening, I think we dwelled on the repeated conversations one time too many.
But there was a reason for that.
That did end up being relevant. So I can't fully condemn it.
So the basic idea is this. Spanner is sitting in the alchemy lab, and he's got a text on his phone. And what's that text? Because you see it a lot.
The wedding is next week.
And who's getting married?
Minato and Kyoka.
Didn't see that coming.
Did they have a thing? I don't remember.
No, in the last, like, Gotchard thing we watched, they were doing like a summer festival. They had like a moment where they were like standing together and they held hands, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plus,
all of the flashbacks.
There is a lot of history of them together.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, there wasn't not a lot of present day stuff, but they were together before, like in the pre-story.
So them being together isn't weird because they always known each other.
But I will say, I'm surprised that there was genuinely zero like pushback from Spanner on it.
I mean, you know, you gotta let people follow their hearts.
Like he had some stuff like he's like, I'm gonna call you big brother, idiot.
Fuck him.
Also, it was funny seeing like, because it's been a while since we've seen like Minato and like his like regular teacher.
With his hair uncombed,
scruffy hair, and I was like, oh, we haven't seen scruffy hair Minato in so long.
Yeah,
so it was cute.
And I was gonna say too, it was nice because it starts with him. He's not doing anything. He's just like sitting there. Everyone else is talking about what are they gonna do after they graduate? What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
And like again, it ties into the theme of it all. And Spanner just decides, okay, I'm going to leave. He goes outside. He sees the most suspicious human being I've ever seen ever.
As he was wiggling around, you were literally, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Don't be
like, why is this security guard went down the staircase and then went back to the staircase again?
Oh, that for me is like, okay, he is up to something. If someone leaves something, then looks at you
sees you and turns around,
does a full Abe Simpson, like, you know something's wrong. And then Minato comes up to him and he says, I want to talk to you. And just then
the time loop starts.
Spanner gets the headache, right? Yep. And it's like, what just happened? And at first I was like, I actually thought it was going to be like, Lane, I thought it was going to be like a Final Destination thing where he was having like visions of the future. And like bad things were about to happen. But no, it's Groundhog Day, it turns out.
Yeah. It's funny that Terazi says, like, Minato, I'm going to be your dad. Because I was thinking, like, while him and Spanner were talking about the wedding, it's like, and he says, like, I'm not going to call you brother. Out of nowhere, I just come up with, all right, so I'm going to marry Kyoka, and then we're going to adopt you, and we're going to be a whole family.
You were always my best student, so you might as well be my best son.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You'd be my best man too.
We also have some like little shit with like Rine and Hotaro. So like Hotaro's like, oh Rine, like you never told me what you want to do, and she's like, no, well like, you know, I kind of want to be like a good alchemist like you. And he's like, you will be a good alchemist. We'll both be good alchemists together. And she's like, oh.
Also, the very start of this, after the summer special, it opens with a shot of them standing like with sakura trees all around them, framed as if Rine is going to confess to Hotaro. And I immediately called bullshit on it.
We knew it was serious.
I kind of was like, oh, maybe she is. Like, that's cute if she is.
But we'll get to that at the end.
Also, can you think how they framed that entire scene? And it actually looks really beautiful.
That scene was the only scene in the whole movie where they like blackbarred it.
Yeah, like they wanted you to pay attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking about like, it's interesting that they talk about like what they're going to do after graduation. Hotaro wants to be a chef. Renge's going to Kansai. Sabimaru's helping his brother. So that was interesting.
Yeah, again, the idea of like they're all moving on and Spanner's kind of not moving.
Yeah.
I like she was packing up her costumes that she had throughout the series.
Yeah.
The reindeer outfit and the squid outfit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like as Spanner starts going through this time loop, it's funny. I'm so glad that they immediately decided we're gonna not have on screen the scenes where I re-explain what's happening to you every single time.
Yeah, no, like they
eventually he just goes quick. Like, okay, this is the 8th time I'm explaining this to you guys.
Yeah, and then like at some point in the loop, he apparently got them to tell him personal secrets. For the sake of, during the next loop, I'll tell you these secrets so you know I'm telling the truth.
I like that. That was fun.
Yeah, we kind of blew through that real quick, but it was a fun bit.
Like where Ringy store all her money in the fucking fridge.
Yeah, she's freezing her assets.
Oh, that's good.
You bet I was enjoying. It's like, oh, she's gonna be a businesswoman. She could take care of me too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so then the loop happens again, and then like he's written on the whiteboard that this was the 7th loop, and then when it loops again, he's like, all right, this is loop number 8. So you see him erase the 7.
Oh my god.
And write the 8, and then Minato's like, oh, I understand. And as he's approaching the board, I said out loud to Cell, is he about to turn the 8 sideways?
And as soon as he finished saying that, infinity.
Oh my god!
It's Ouroboros!
Our powers are increasing to a level that could be dangerous.
It was Ouroboros all along! The secret other world that was in like maybe 3 episodes of the show!
Remember?
Oh my gotcha!
Oh my god, the part where both him and Hotaro say "oh my gotcha" at the same time. It's like, what?
So we do eventually find out that like what triggers the time loop is when someone says the word tomorrow.
I will say that I had one expectation going into like the origin of this that was kind of subverted. Because this is a show, or this movie's about graduating and nostalgia versus moving on, I was fully expecting one of the actual high school students to be the source of the phenomenon. In, you know, the same way like, oh, high school was the best time of my life. I don't want it to stop. I want it to go on forever. But no, we find out that apparently it is Spanner and his desire to not move on towards the future that is the cause of the phenomenon.
I mean, phenomenon. No,
so
Kajiki is Ouroboros.
So he just wants to be a Kamen Rider and just dwell on, oh, my parents died and I saw them get revived and killed 4 times.
You can't be angsty forever. I tried. and you're right. Like
because he wants to be with the gang forever.
And you're right. Like we find out, like, because the actual cause of it, like, you know, on a metaphysical level, is the Ouroboros spirit, like Kemi, or what was it exactly?
It was just like the god spirit from the Ouroboros world.
Yeah, who is possessing Kajika.
Who is possessing Kajiki.
Yeah, sorry, Kajiki. Yeah. And again, Ichi, to what you were saying earlier, Spanner noticed that, like, because no one else knew that it was a time, they were repeating the exact same thing verbatim.
Yeah.
Kajiki was changing it up a little every time.
There was difference in his line reads each loop.
So, like, that was pretty good setup.
For Spanner to pick up on that, genuinely impressive.
Yeah. And it was cool.
Yeah.
Because, before that, like we actually run it back into the bodyguard, right?
Yeah.
Like who was it?
Yeah. So the weird, gangly, suspicious security guard is revealed to be none other than fucking Boruto.
And he was fucking Naruto running the whole thing.
Literally.
Fucking Naruto the entire movie.
This man is unhinged.
Excuse you? He was Boruto running?
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, fuck off. That's probably why they made the fucking joke, too.
Oh, 100%.
Another thing quickly that I noticed is like when they were looking in the book at the Ouroboros symbol and stuff, I was like, what's that? It was like, I'm pretty sure it was lorem ipsum that was what they were using. If you don't know, that's placeholder text.
Oh, yeah.
That they just fucking, like, but
the art department didn't feel like looking up English or Latin words or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they wanted it to look like
foreign text.
Oh, God, that was perfect.
And I love that, like, you see this art of Ouroboros in the 8 pattern, and then you pan up, it's like, oh, we've opened it up into a 0.
Oh, it's infinity. No, and I just I made this joke to you. Like, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy playing the like Boruto guy.
Yeah.
This guy looks like Ike Barinholtz. Like a little too much.
A little bit.
Did Ike have like a bit of a soiree in Japan at some point?
He's hanging out with Bobby Lee too much.
He's Korean, Ichi.
For those who don't know, Ike Barinholtz was a comedian from Mad TV.
Look up Ike Barinholtz and look up the actor who played this guy. You're gonna see what I'm seeing.
He was the Suicide Squad. He was the guard.
He was, yeah.
The dark door opens. The door to the Kemi world opens. Tenliner takes him to the Ouroboros world, and then the Ouroboros manifests itself in amalgam form, which is as all the amalgam have been. Very badass design.
I liked it a lot. The snake head, the hands like reaching up.
Although it was kind of disarming and hilarious when you see the front hands like click together as he's like talking about his evil shit.
Never noticed the eye in the mouth of the snake.
Oh yeah,
I like that. That was cool.
That's been a thing in like Japanese dragon mythology for them to be like carrying orbs or eyes or just round crystals of sorts.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very cool design. And then we get the triple henshin of Rainbow Gotchard, Twilight Majade, and Kurogane Valvarad. And it's hilarious how like they abruptly cut between each of their standby chimes and then just mix them all together. It's like, this shit doesn't mix.
It's fine.
Which is hilarious because these are
it never mixes.
You think with a show about alchemy, they would have made it so their chimes sync up well.
You'd think, but you weren't working on this show.
No.
Much to their detriment.
Yeah. So they realize that because this is Ouroboros, it's functionally immortal. So they decide, I know, let's Magna Angemon this bitch.
Sometimes you gotta Ghostbusters it, yo.
Let's shove him back through the portal and then destroy the portal. So it's literally how Magna Angemon killed Piedmon in Digimon.
That was so badass.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then we get the debut of Valvarad GT.
No, I am furious that we had to sacrifice Valvarad's coolest fucking form for this shit.
Oh yeah, the Kurogane
unit. That form is gonna come back at some point.
No. I hate it though. I don't like.
No, I'm talking about Kurogane.
No, I know. I love Kurogane, but I'm just saying I hate that we got this new form. I don't like it.
It really is the power. It really feels like it's the power of toothpaste trains.
It is, yeah. Like I've stated before, like I don't like the base Valvarad suit. So like seeing like all that color scheme with like the fucking Colgate fucking arms, I'm like, oh.
Here's the thing. My problem with Valvarad GT is twofold. The train arms didn't work on Iron Gotchard. They don't work here.
I think they work on Iron Gotchard.
And my other problem is the same problem I have with all of Valvarad's quote-unquote forms, in that they are not forms, they are just things slapped on top of the base suit.
There is a problem with that sometimes.
Yes. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, Kurogane was actually original. It was like
that.
They took up parts and painted
silver. But the
problem
with that is it's too monocolored. It was just silver all over, and I know you like that, but it's just too one tone. But also, I will say, when it didn't have the train arms on it, I did kind of like the color scheme of Valvered GT. Especially the faceplate, I thought was very cool.
No, the helmet worked for me.
Yeah.
I like the helmet.
What were you gonna say, Decker?
Yeah. I was about to say that they could they could have colored the suit as like the new armor pieces that he has, but it's clearly just the base Valvered suit. They can't just mess it up.
Yeah, I think if they had colored the rest of Valvered's suit to match the new armor pieces, it would have looked way better.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about, and we kind of need to because it'll be relevant for our thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, the whole thing is, when Spanner finds out, oh, I'm the one doing the time loop, it creates this cool effect where, like, the spirit, it's like a snake comes out of him.
The dragon?
Yeah, it looked really neat. And then he, like, goes into like
his mind world, which looks like the final world from Kingdom Hearts.
And then we see it.
Just like you see Spanner and then you see what he's looking at, and it's Kajiki asserting his dominance by just floating in midair.
Yep.
He's the real god this whole time.
I know it's Ouroboros controlling Kajiki's body, but it's just so funny to look at without context. And that's why that's our thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's great they've been keeping up with the joke, like in Gotchard, just Kajiki's always the one who's just getting fucked over.
Yeah. I think they even comment on that because like at one point early in the movie, Spanner's like, oh, I'm no longer surprised by Kajiki.
Yeah. No, didn't they also do a thing like, wait, how do you know that? Because your mind always...
That's part of how they realize that Kajiki isn't normal because he remembers something they should have mind erased from him.
Which is what happened in Gozyuger. Yeah. Like, it's always these weird parallels between all three things.
Yeah. We had commonality with scythes and we had commonality with memory loss.
Wow. Sometimes memory loss is brought on because of scythes.
Sometimes foreshadowing's obvious.
Yes. I call that a 5 shadow.
Yeah. So despite my problems with Valvered GT, I do think his Hisatsu, where like the trains fly behind him and boost him as he rider kicks, was pretty badass.
That was pretty cool when he like just like kicks the gate.
Yeah.
That was cool. We see Kamen Rider kicks all the time, but when you can like destroy a metaphysical gate to another dimension with that shit, that's pretty badass.
Yeah. But oh no, he's not done, and he grabs Valvered and takes him into the portal with him.
Will we ever see him again? Yes, immediately. Because we go over there. And I gotta admit, this was pretty badass. Because, like, Ouroboros is, like, his whole thing is just saying, I will make eternity. And so, like, it's eternity there forever.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool with Spanner going, well, I might be trapped here, but it's not going to be forever. And he just starts,
eventually I will find a way to whoop your ass.
And, like, I'm picturing him go, Ouroboros, I've come to bargain.
Well, like I kind of think of it like so like going back to Doctor Who again. There was an episode of Doctor Who where like he gets trapped in this like prison, like in this dimensional prison, and he literally all he has to do to get out is he has to just confess like his crimes or something, and then he gets out.
That episode,
he doesn't want to, so what he does is he keeps repeating the same loop over and over again, and there's this giant wall made of like this tough crystal, and it literally takes him 4 billion years to get through it because he just nicks away at it every single loop, and he does it repeatedly for 4 billion years, and he finally gets out.
Jesus,
it's fucking the Doctor's a fucking badass.
Like, and I got to give this movie credit on that. Like, again, it played into the idea that they went with very well. Like the time loop, how do we make it work for us?
Yeah,
and had a good resolution at the end with it too. So that's hard to do with this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard to get out of the typical tropes of a time loop story.
Again, watch Groundhog Day if you want to see the best one done with that.
Oh, so good.
That's such a good movie.
So yeah, Valvered gets yoinked into the portal and no one stops it. He just gets trapped there. And so
that's how he breaks the loop.
Because it time goes back to the beginning.
Back to the beginning.
That is programmed in us. Like I literally would like I just go back
I don't know if you realize he's tone deaf.
That's how this should have ended.
That song is like there's not a song playing in that scene in the Japanese version.
Oh my god! Like we watched semi recently. We watched like the new version of like what's that called? The first segment. What's it called? Countdown or of the Digimon movie.
Oh, War Game?
War Game, that's it.
Yeah.
Like we watched that like the newer version, and we're like, wow, like our minds are filling in the blanks with the songs.
We were constantly making references and singing the songs from the other.
And Kari didn't get her friend a pink Power Ranger.
Worst movie.
Throw it out.
I always love when like the friend's about to like blow the candles, and then the phone rings, and she just looks over at her like, "Fuck you, ruining my moment." That movie's great.
Graduation just goes on without Spanner being there, and no one knows where he went.
But that's what's interesting. Like when the loop restarts, I guess you could say, like time restarts again.
And
like,
I gotta say, it was the cutest fucking thing seeing Hotaru just like hold his high school diploma and just go, "Gotcha!" And I was like, "Oh hell yeah,
that was
good
nice.
on you, dude."
And then like we pan over to Kajiki, and I just picture in my head he opens up his diploma and it just says, "Get fucked. See you next year."
Yeah.
Or like,
you missed a lot of important tests because you were mind wiped.
Because you were constantly brain fucked.
He opens it up and like it's like one of those like spring snakes.
I thought you were gonna say a boxing glove on him.
But yeah, they even when it restarted, they all like were talking the exact same, and the phone was still there, so Spanner wasn't erased. He is just gone. Yeah, which that's interesting.
Usually, when stories like this happen, I was expecting everyone to have forgotten him because he's like removed from the timeline.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't. They just like, where did he go?
Yeah.
So then we get the moment from the beginning of the movie where Rine like confesses something to Hotaru, and it's basically, "Oh, I'm going away to England to like study abroad."
Of course, it wasn't actually her confessing. It was never gonna happen.
That's where Hogwarts is.
But then it's Hotaru goes, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna like expand and do great things. I'm gonna miss you though." And then like she's like, "Well, you can always call me if you miss me." And he's
You'll
like,
miss
"What?"
Me, huh?
And they run off, and I'm just like, they fucking dig each other.
Well,
so
obviously
obvious.
they do, but the point is, I hate these. I hate when this does.
Oh,
this.
closure, damn it!
No, it was cute. And
I'm tired of will they, won't days.
And then Hotaru got pregnant again.
You really fucked up the timelines this time.
And then we get Negon.
So credits start rolling, and some people might think, "Oh, the movie's over," but remember, at the start of this part of the movie, they said there would be a post-credit scene.
I kind of loved it too with you because, like, usually you're one who will like listen to the songs of the crazy. Like, this time you're like, nah, I just want to.
If they went out of their way to warn us, it's got to be significant. So I'm like, fuck the song, skip to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was a scene too. Oh, quick thing before we get on that, you like turned your head at when Minato was saying the last 3 years.
Oh yeah, has this series been over the course of 3 years?
I get, like, when did it first come out again?
2023.
So I guess like this is after the time skip, considering like when the series ended, and then while Geets and Gavv have been airing, like there was that amount of time between the series and the movie.
I need my whiteboard.
Right. But yeah, so that
because at some point around episode 15, it's been 1 year.
Oh, right. There was a time skip in the show, wasn't there?
Right. All right. That checks out then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both could be true also.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like they had like summer vacation stuff and go like, "Okay, gotta go back to school.
I gotta go back to school again."
So we have the wedding of Kyoka and Minato.
Nice Christian wedding. I hope you guys do.
I like to think that those other like people who were a part of the wedding, like in the audience, I think those were just suit actors.
Probably
one of them.
Those were suit actors because the one that was in the middle between Minato and Kyoka is the suit actor for Gotchard.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's fun.
That's nice.
That's cute.
They did have like lingering shots on some of them. It was like these gotta be
like
people.
they have to be suit actors.
Yeah, that was nice.
And I know that like Hotaru and Rin are like in the far back, but they're talking like very loudly, and I'm just like, we can hear you.
It's like, oh, Kyoka looks so sad.
Yeah, like can you imagine saying that loud enough at someone's wedding?
Yeah.
The bride looks sad.
Wow, dick move.
I hope she doesn't find out that he's just cheating on her this morning.
Am I really going to be the one who has to say it? All right. Genital warts.
So we get the whole "you may kiss the bride" bit, and as Minato's about to go in for the kiss,
Wayne
surprise! Yeah, so Spanner breaks into the scene having like freed himself from time limbo.
No, yeah, he freed himself from fucking eternity.
And I was still under like the impression that like didn't Spanner like Kyoka in some capacity? So I was fully ready for him to show up and just go, Cassandra! I mean Kyoka!
Oh dear God,
he saw her as like a mother figure, like a big sister, and then he had a sort of a thing for Lachesis, and then Lachesis died.
Right.
That is true.
Which leads back into what we said earlier, how once the two of them marry, they should adopt him.
See, I may not like Gotchard that much, but I know I was paying attention to the plot.
Lane, good point, because that's what I want to say too. I'm not huge into Gotchard either, and it's got to be said, this is probably the first time I ever considered Spanner interesting, period.
Yeah, no, agreed.
But even with those two detriments, I thought this was a really effective ending. I was like, I can appreciate how badass it is that this guy tore himself out of eternity just to like support his friends.
I wanted so bad to just see the shot of him like after he like breaks out of the portal, he just goes, "Sorry, I'm late," and you just see him like nonchalantly sit down in the back row.
Eternally bleeding.
No, like, genuinely, I wasn't expecting him to like fucking break out and show up. I thought like legit he was gone, and they were just gonna go, well, like, you know, we're sad he can't be here to witness this, but like we'll carry on.
Whatever next Gotchard special they do is gonna open with Spanner recapping how he got out.
That'd be cool.
But like, yeah, and then he comes out and he says like, congratulations, and he's like smiling basically probably for the first time in his entire life, and it genuinely, like, I actually like teared up, like I cried a little bit. I was like, oh, that was like really beautiful, like holy shit.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like Seto Kaiba levels of dead puppies.
No, but like again, like I'm just like someone was saying earlier, like is Gotchard like a bad writer series? No. Like, does it have cool stuff in it? Absolutely. Cool characters? Absolutely. It just wasn't my cup of tea, like theme wise and stuff like that.
But you can appreciate when it sticks the ending.
Yeah,
of course. And I thought this was a beautiful ending. Like everyone kind of had like a happy ending, and like especially Spanner because the man broke out of fucking eternity.
Wonder how long he was in there for.
I gotta say, Spanner, like, you may have not be like one of my favorite characters is like in Rider, but like, I applaud you, sir. Well done. Good job.
I will probably remember you now.
I mean, I'll remember him for his Kurogane form because that shit's just fire.
I miss original Velvered.
Literally.
Yeah, right. No, also original Velvered.
But Decker, you're the Gotchard person. Like, what do you think overall?
Yeah, sorry you haven't talked much.
I love this movie. Like, this is probably the best epilogue, like post series writer stuff that I've seen.
It's very good.
The closest is like Drive. Yeah.
But now
I say Drive. Drive also ended with a wedding.
So are you glad that the movie didn't have the graduation song?
Like you couldn't believe, like that is like in my top 3 most hated songs, I think. And it would have been so easy for them to just put, some jackass on Tumblr or YouTube.
Fully gonna edit like, as we go on, we remember all the times we Kamen Rider.
Oh, now we gotta put that on the album.
They've got a better song called Graduations.
I'm always thinking of that Simpsons clip where it's like, congratulations, yay! Congratulations to all World War I veterans, yay! Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Like helmets.
But yeah, it was a
Fun movie.
And the lesson of the movie is Boruto's still running around as a security guard.
You know what?
No, the lesson of this movie is go to high school, finish, get your diploma.
The lesson of the movie is that change is an essential part of life, and it can be scary, but it's good for you.
No, it pains me that like I graduated high school and stuff like that. Like obviously it's like up to me that like, you know, I tried college and it just didn't work out because I just couldn't do it. But there's a freaking 20-year-old who freaking dropped out of school in middle school, has his own business that makes millions of dollars, like $1,000 streaming and stuff like that, and he has a skin in Fortnite, and he's only 20 years old. And I'm
For half a second, I thought you were talking about Ego Raptor.
No, it's got him clicks, and I'm just like, you motherfucker.
I love that meme of like, it's like of a like Joker like with the military suit on, like me getting ready to go to work while some 8-year-old makes $4 million playing with toys on YouTube.
Yeah.
Who's the real clown
like
society?
I said, my life is very simple. My job is very simple, but I love it. It's a nice life, and I like it. So
yeah, I just want you guys all to know that if I was stuck in eternity, I'd make sure I'd break out before any of your guys' wedding.
Oh,
just so you know.
That implies we would be having a wedding
one day.
Still worked on Hannibal once. That was cool.
Yeah. I wish I
Anyways, that was Gotchard Graduations. Pretty solid ending to Gotchard, I think.
It was better than I expected.
Yeah, no, legit.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
Again, at the very beginning, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why is this about the chemies?
You know, for me, I was like, wow, we're really lingering on this for a bit.
It was like we said, too. They actually, in the movie proper, explained why they couldn't open the door, like the time loops going on and everything.
The second they pulled out the rope and started tugging on the door, I was like, this is just Pikachu's summer vacation.
Really, just Pikachu.
Imagine they fucking started the movie. It's like, this is New Earth, where the chemies live. It just blows up.
Whoops.
Only Hopper 1 and Steamliner survived.
Bringing back an old joke I just remembered. It was just Pikachu's vacation again, right? Put it in the jar. What the hell Gotchard is ripping off? Remember that one?
Huh.
Yeah.
Gotchard really
rip off jar.
And now the Gochisu are doing it.
Yep.
Well,
And yes, Terrazy, Trio of Deep Sin is still top tier.
Well, the Gochisu are just freaking like crazy bones and shit. Collect them all. They're all different shapes and sizes.
Who would win in a fight?
I hate how not wrong you are.
They do have the basic shape.
For real. And then Gavv will come back later and we'll be like, remember Gavv? He's back in Pog form.
In Pocky form.
Have we ever had something that the gimmick were basically Pogs, like little discs?
Medals?
Yeah. Dude, oh, right, yeah.
We never got a Pocky brand Gojizo, did we? That's a missed opportunity.
I think Baki Baki stick is the closest.
No, that's French fries.
I know, but it's like sticks.
No, but there you go. We get a Baki Baki sticks like repaint
Pocky
and
Pocky
it's Pocky. Yeah, thank you. Toei, we know you're listening. Pocky Pocky sticks Gavv form, please. Come on.
Yeah. I think you gotta ask Bandai for that.
Decker, shop that shit. That's our homework assignment for the week.
You know,
I want to see that shit. I want to see that shit on my desk next Friday, triplicate.
Collated for daddy.
Collated for daddy.
Talking about like what will the Gavv V cinema be like? You know, it would be awesome if it was about like a young Uncle Dente and he's like trim. He's like badass.
With long flowing hair.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
what if the Gavv V cinema actually gives Sachika a rider form?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be neat.
Kamen Rider Sachika. No. What's the name of her company?
Happy Pare.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Happy Pare. There you go.
I could get behind that.
That would work.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, her theme song is so good.
Right. Anyways, Jikai Radio Sentai Castranger.
Looks like our feature topic for next week will be episodes 5 and 6 of Kamen Rider Black Sun.
Hell yeah, back to more kaijin racism. Love to see it.
He's a ninja.
I gotta go black, Black to Sonic.
I'm just looking forward to seeing more of. I'm just looking forward to seeing more of Shadow Moon do cool shit and Oliver Johnson.
I just want to see that Sentry King again.
Yeah. No.
No, I know you don't.
No.
You know me.
Also the Oliver Jones, and then the Bird Kid. I love the Bird Kid, especially when he like shit on that fucking guy.
It is Johnson. I was like, I remember because I made the joke. Johnson, Oliver Johnson.
Oliver Johnson.
I love Oliver Johnson. Yeah.
But thank you for joining us this time, Decker.
Yeah, thank you, Decker. Like as I said, you're a resident Gotchard expert.
You're a resident Decker.
I always want you to be on for like Gotchard stuff because like you love it so much. So
glad you enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we all did. I think.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah.
We all liked it.
So that'll be Castranger for the week. Hope the audio quality was good because we've been fully. Last week's episode was on both mics, the old mic and the new lav mics. This week's episode was on just the lav mics because I got my computers buzzing under control. So hopefully the audio quality is good. Everyone, let me know in the comments how it sounds and if we want to keep going forward with the lav mics. So that will be it for Castranger this week. Let us know what you thought of these episodes and the movie in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about in the future. As always, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, Discord, merch store, all of our cool shit. Thank you for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, being awesome, and we will see you next week.
And a special congratulations to everyone who's graduating out there.
Yeah.
Way to move on to the next part of your life. Goodbye.
You're getting old.